Tesla is working on a top secret brand new car and people are not happy. With the Cybertruck, Roadster, Tesla Bot, and full self-driving being among a number of current Tesla projects that are still not released to the general public yet, some owners think that Tesla is prioritizing the wrong things and making some really big mistakes. Also, Tesla might have just intentionally leaked some really huge upgrades coming to every single Tesla model soon. Yes, this is not clickbait. If this is true, it's going to be a really big deal. So let's break down everything we know about Tesla's next round of updates and upgrades. We're talking about 2023 upgrades coming to the Model 3 and Model Y, some new Cybertruck news, when could we finally see that truck emerge, and an all-new ultra-low price Tesla model that will change the auto industry forever. Lots of crazy Tesla leaks that we've just got to talk about right now. And a huge thanks to Optiwatt for sponsoring this video. Optiwatt is an incredible service that is going to allow you to save money by automatically charging your car when electricity rates are at their cheapest. It's an awesome service. There's so much you can do with it. And best part is it's totally free. Learn more by clicking the link right down below, or stay tuned to learn more about all the awesome things that Optiwatt can do for you. Now, when most people think of Tesla, there's a pretty good chance they think of 4 letters: S, 3, X, and Y. But Tesla is a lot more than just their cars. There's the Tesla energy component, there's the solar division, there's the supercharging network, there's the software team doing all those amazing software updates, and yes, of course, there is the Tesla vehicles that sort of makes up the company as well. And even with all of this attention on the current Tesla models out right now, there is a ton of anticipation for what is coming next. This next generation of Tesla products and Tesla vehicles. Tesla's working on some really amazing things in terms of hardware and software that really will change everything when it actually launches. There's a lot to cover in this video about Tesla's current sort of unreleased projects, so let's start with sort of 2 right off the bat that are most interesting. One is a new passenger van coming from Tesla, and the other is sort of that lower cost, way more affordable $25,000 Tesla Model 2, sort of, we don't know what the name is going to be called, but a much more affordable, lower end Tesla. Now, for the van, I feel like we've been hearing rumors about this for a while. We've certainly heard these rumors before, but just a few weeks ago, Elon tweeted again the idea of Tesla making its own passenger van. And the idea of a Tesla van would be really interesting to see because it could pack a ton of room for cargo, way more than the Model X and Model Y right now, and also could have more range and be more comfortable for more passengers inside, at least way more comfortable than the current sort of max seat configurations in the Model X and the Model Y. There's a lot of pros and a lot of advantages the Tesla van could have. Elon also mentioned that this would be a highly configurable car for more people and for also cargo as well, meaning that maybe there's a version of this that exists as your typical minivan for sort of the commuters, for the families, while also maybe a more industrial version could be used as well by shipping companies and those looking for an all-electric way to haul items from point A to point B, and maybe one that could do it totally autonomously too. Someone even replied with a prototype robovan design, and Elon Musk didn't actually shoot down the design, so maybe something like this could be in the works. It's sort of a blend between the current design model we've got with the 3, the Y, the S, and the X, and also sort of this next generation Tesla design model that we see on the Cybertruck. So something in between there, a hybrid of the two, could be really sleek and looking really cool. Now, what's also interesting about this Tesla van as well is that it could be the first Tesla vehicle of some kind to feature a solar-powered system on the roof that could assist with charging the battery or just some sort of system to give you more range. Elon has mentioned before that the flat roof of a van would make more sense to have some kind of wider solar array on the top, and seeing as Tesla showed off this sort of portable solar array trailer at this German expo recently, maybe this technology we're seeing in this photo could be scaled down or modified over the next few years to go on the roof of this Tesla van. Also, speaking of this trailer for just a second, the Starlink dish on the top makes me really wonder what the future applications of this technology could be, specifically when it comes to Tesla vehicles. And right now, obviously, all Teslas are relying on sort of standard 4G LTE cell networks around the world to do all of the map updating and the music streaming and browser support and stuff like that. and the system is fine, but obviously it's got some sort of annoying limitations. Building in Starlink compatibility would, in theory, allow your Tesla to get pretty decent download speeds and upload speeds too, but I think download is obviously more important, and also be able to sort of get a signal from almost anywhere in the world. We've seen now Starlink applications for boats out in sea. We've obviously got it for people in more rural areas. Obviously, those trying to go off the grid as well as in camping situations. Obviously, if Starlink's going to work in those applications, your car, hopefully in most settings, would be able to get a pretty good connection to the internet almost anywhere in the world. Now, there has also been a lot of speculation that this could be the first vehicle in Tesla's long-rumored robo-taxi fleet that would be able to drive you to work, drop you off, and then go out and sort of drive around itself, pick up people, and basically make itself money while you work, and then sort of come back, pick you up, take you home, and then continue to work while you're eating dinner and sleeping. Basically, the idea is you could have, thanks to full self-driving, this autonomous robotic car, and maybe this passenger van would be the first Tesla vehicle to really make this concept become reality. And what's funny is that Elon always said that Teslas would become appreciating assets, with the idea being that full self-driving obviously would be so good that it could make you money as you sort of slept or as you ate or as you worked. That didn't really seem to pan out, at least not yet, but because of the current car market, Teslas have become a sort of appreciating asset. So funny how that all works out. But I think the idea is obviously full self-driving will get better and better. We're seeing some really promising stuff from the beta program now. So assuming that things sort of stay on a good path, hopefully that robo-taxi future can become reality way sooner than we might be expecting. Now, before we continue with more of these big Tesla leaks, let's take a quick break because I want to show off an awesome service that you need to know about if you own a Tesla, or really if you own an EV, that is here to automatically save you money as an EV driver, because who doesn't love saving money, right? And that, of course, is an awesome service that is also this video's sponsor, and that is Optiwatt. And if you have not heard of Optiwatt before, let me introduce you to a totally free service that is here to automatically schedule your EV to charge when electricity rates are at their cheapest. It's super easy to set up. Your charging has less of an impact on the planet. Really, it's a win-win for everyone all around. And getting started with Optiwatt is super simple. It just takes a couple of simple clicks or taps, and also is totally 100% free. Just click that link down below to get started and create an account. You want to link your Tesla account with your Optiwatt account, enter in your utility plan details and things like your electric plan, then Optiwatt is going to automatically take care of the rest. And as a longtime Optiwatt user myself, one of the things I just really appreciate here is that Optiwatt takes all the guesswork out of charging your EV. In fact, there are a ton of things that Optiwatt can do that the Tesla app just can't do, like setting different scheduled departure times based off the different days of the week, or the ability to see details on each individual charging session, and also the ability to start charging your car as soon as the off-peak hour kicks in. For example, my off-peak here in Southern California, like many people, starts at 9 p.m., where even if you have that set in the Tesla app, it won't start charging your car until after midnight. So you're sort of losing 3 hours of those reduced rates. Not sure what Tesla's doing, but Optiwatt is here to save. So now is the time to charge smart with Optiwatt. Save time, save money, save hassle, save frustration, and also save the planet by charging more responsibly. Charging shouldn't be this hard, so get Optiwatt, make things way simpler, way easier, and again, start saving money automatically today. So again, if you guys want to learn more, check it out for yourself today and sign up, which I recommend you do. Hit the link right down below. Again, Optiwatt makes this all so simple, so easy, and again, is automatically going to save you money without you ever having to think about it. I love it. I know you guys love it as well. So again, get started today by clicking that link right down below. Now, one of the other models talked about a few times during some of Tesla's presentations is this new lower cost Model 2, basically a $25,000-ish Tesla that's way more accessible and way more attainable to many around the world. That'd be sort of presumably a step down from the Model 3 we've got right now. And there's obviously no denying the Tesla prices have steadily increased over the last 24-ish months or so, so a lower cost car, especially a lower cost Tesla, is looking better and better and better. Elon did hint at the fact that if maybe inflation was more under control and was able to sort of lower from its current trajectory, that Tesla would, as a result, lower their prices, but that's probably not going to be happening anytime soon. And like many of these secret Tesla projects, details on this car are sparse, though rumors have suggested that this could be, basically like I mentioned, a more stripped down version of the standard range Model 3, meaning it'd have less range, it'd be a smaller overall car, it would have non-motorized seats, maybe cloth seats, no glass roof, maybe a smaller screen, no heated seats, stuff like that. I mean, Tesla's already shipping the nearly $50,000 rear-wheel drive Model 3 without floor mats and without certain lights on, so not sure how much lower they could go, but they'd have to cut some corners and sort of, well, I guess not cut corners, but they'd have to remove some features to get a car at that price point, which maybe now $35,000 is better and better than $25,000 because as the current market is, $25,000 seems a little tough to sort of make happen, but hey, Tesla's got some ambitious plans, so hopefully we see this happen. And that's about the extent of what we know about this model right now. Elon said a little while ago that Tesla isn't currently working on this model, at least as of right now, though I'd expect that to change once sort of we get through the production hell of Tesla Semi, Tesla Roadster, and Tesla Cybertruck. Once that stuff is all locked in and good to go, I'd expect Tesla hopefully to resume work on this car. At least it's been discussed, it's been sort of hinted at and shown off before, so Tesla's not working on it now, but I wouldn't count them out from doing it ever. And speaking of Cybertruck, what's the latest update on that truck and when is it gonna come? I feel like we've gotten a bunch of Cybertruck news bursts in the span of a few days. We get some images and videos, and then we go weeks, if not months, without hearing anything about it. So what's the latest on Cybertruck right now? Back in June, Elon said that the design of the Cybertruck was finalized and production is set to begin in the middle of 2023, with Tesla getting a lot of supplies and machinery needed right now at Giga Texas to sort of better produce or really even start producing this behemoth. So hopefully they can have everything in place and have the infrastructure in place so once production starts, it can really ramp up quickly. And there have been dozens of public sightings of the Cybertruck over the last few months, and while the design has changed a bit from the first model we saw unveiled, it's still pretty much exactly the same as the model that we saw way back, what was it, a number of years ago, and it's still as polarizing as ever before. You either love it or you hate it. I really love it. I'm a Cybertruck reservation holder, and I cannot wait to see this truck on the road. I also should mention that we have seen some changes come to the Cybertruck interior as of late, specifically with what looks like the addition of a second display in the front, similar to the Model S and Model X, and also the yoke. So this wasn't shown off in the original Cybertruck sort of demo, and wasn't shown off in the early Cybertruck demos that we saw sort of leak out, but as of right now, it looks like a second display might be at least on one Cybertruck model. Next up, let's talk about some of the upgrades coming to the current fleet of Teslas on the road right now, including specifically the Model 3 and the Model Y. And if leaks and rumors are anything to go off of, there's not a whole lot expected to change in the near future for these cars as of right now. We don't know really for sure right now if we're going to see any kind of 2023 refresh to the 3 or the Y, or any really design changes, or really any changes at all. But given the current state of Tesla manufacturing and demand, I'd assume personally these cars remain largely unchanged for the next year or so. Again, until we get the Semi out on the road and the Cybertruck, probably not going to see any drastic changes to the 3 and the Y until sort of Tesla's able to fix their supply and demand issue. We've also, of course, seen a lot of movement at the Giga Texas plant recently, specifically with the Model Y. And if you missed the news, Tesla is now producing 2 variants of the Model Y at Giga Texas: the standard range dual motor model and also a long range model as well. But the long range is using Tesla's older 2170 battery tech, while the standard range model is using the 4680 battery tech. So the cars are mainly identical, but they do have a difference in battery tech. And hopefully, as the Model Y production system ramps up out of Giga Texas, we can shorten those wait times more and more, because if you're looking to buy a Model Y right now, specifically the long range, you're going to be waiting about a year, which is really crazy to think about. In terms of software updates, Tesla is always very sporadic on what they choose to update and when. I know people hate when I say this, but there are persistent rumors that Tesla is working on an app store, whether it's like the iOS or Android app store, where you can sort of download any app you want, or maybe it's a smaller pilot program where Tesla is going to allow specific companies to develop third-party apps for the Tesla. We don't know which direction they are going to go, but a Tesla app store has been rumored for years, and I think it's more close to being launched than not. Does that make sense? I think it's on the horizon. I know people hate when I say this, but an app store has been rumored to be a really big upgrade, and when it launches, it will be a substantial software update and add a ton of new features to every single Tesla model on the road right now. It can be a really, really big deal. Tesla obviously is also working to expand their supercharger network across the world, not just in terms of like units, like adding more supercharger stalls and new locations around the world, but also they are continuing to open it up to third-party EVs, which has been very, very controversial. We just heard some news here in the US that Tesla is going to implement some new systems to allow third-party cars, specifically third-party EVs, to charge at supercharger networks. They're going to implement some new systems here to make that happen, and that seems to be the case around the world. There are some pilot programs right now where Tesla's already done this, and it looks like it will be expanding sooner and more rapidly as we continue on from 2022 into 2023. I know it's a little controversial, but it is happening right now. All right, guys, and I'm curious, what are your thoughts on all this stuff? What are you most excited to see come out of Tesla very soon as we sort of talk about this next wave of Tesla products? What are you most excited to see? Are you ready to finally see the Cybertruck and get your reservation fulfilled and get that new truck? Are you excited for the software updates that could be coming? Are you looking to get a new Model Y, maybe the standard range model? Or are you really hoping to see a $25,000 Model 2 come sooner than later? Let me know your thoughts on Tesla's current roadmap down below. Are they going in the right direction, wrong direction, thumbs up, thumbs down? Let me know down below in the comments. As always, I appreciate you guys watching so much. Thank you as always for your support. I appreciate it. I'm Robert Rosenfeld, and I'll see you all in the next one.